Hello, Digital Village. It is time for your Saturday Psychic Sampler, where you ask specific questions and I give you specific answers. I'm Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother, and I am so happy to see you here today. We are, of course, streaming on YouTube, both horizontal and vertical. We are also on Instagram, where I see Smile Emerald 247. I've got your question coming up right over here on YouTube. And we're also on Twitch and Facebook. So wherever you are, if you would like to ask a question, on Saturday, you can ask any question you want. We do specific questions, and we're going to get right on over to CardCam and get going right now. And you can see I am using, I thought I had this all ordered correctly. I am using Celtic Dragon Tarot by Lisa Hunt and DJ Conway. I used it on Wednesday. I thought it went okay, so I'm going to use it again. It's a really fun deck. The thing that's interesting about this deck is it does the Swords, Wands, Elemental switch. So in this deck, wands are air and swords are fire. Will it matter in the way I interpret it? Well, we'll see. Let's see what we got going on. Okay. Here we go. Teresa, you're up first. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Thanks for being a moderator, and thanks for using members-only emojis. I'd love to ask if I'll receive the job offer now that I've had a successful interview. Well, I'm so glad the interview was successful. That's fabulous. Very interesting. I think there's a good shot at it. I think there's a good shot that you will get an offer, but do not count on it. It could go either way. Keep looking. Keep looking. Keep focused on what you're doing. Don't attach to it, but it could happen. It could happen. Rebecca, you have this deck as well. Yeah, I love this deck. I really do. And in a way, it's not that I switch it as much as I add. Like that King of Swords we just saw is a fiery king, even though he's King of Swords. So I just kind of do it like that. All right. Jeannie Mnuchin, thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Will the strategies I have begun to combat cat odors work, and will the complaint and issue die down soon? I know it's a huge worry. I know it's a huge worry. But I think so. I think this is going to work. It's going to take a minute, but I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be okay. Finn Prio, good to see you on YouTube Vertical. Let me know if you have a question. Sealy Klein, good to see you. I'm calling you Sealy Storm because you're talking about the solar storm. Good to see you. Let me know if you have a question. Thanks for being here. All right. Up next, Teresa, that's the plan. Excuse me. Yep, there it is. There it is. Hey, Amy Amberhart, good to see you. Let me know if you have a question. Okay, Melissa, thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Thanks for using members-only emojis. I'm taking a trip with P next week. It will be good to get away after several months of stress and chaos. Anything I need to know about the trip? I think it's going to be good, and I think it will be nice to spend time with P. I think you'll have a good time, and I think you're going to have some more serious conversations. Like, I think it's going to be a good trip, but I also think it's going to be a time of potentially talking about future plans. Not necessarily making them, but at least talking about what they could be. All right. Dr. Aled, so good to see you. Okay, could you give me more information about the mother-in-law and what I can do to mitigate the situation? So, to be fair, Robin, Renee, and I have been talking off app, and so I know more about this situation. I have some insider information here that I'm using. Norley Cox, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Please let me know if you have a question. Yuchu Karu, I do see your question, and I will get to it in excuse me, in just 1 second. Okay, Dr. Aled. Information about the mother-in-law. The mother-in-law is problematic, and the daughter does not recognize how much so. The mother-in-law has potentially some significant mental health issues. I think there is nothing you need to do except keep your eyes open and keep conversation open with your son. I think given what has happened, it is fair to say, and I think you can encourage your son in this way, that the mother-in-law should not have the child. I would encourage your son to have a conversation with his wife to see this as a warning sign and say, she's not to be alone with the child until we get this figured out. That's what I think you should encourage, but it's up to them to figure it out. It's not up to you. So for now, that's all you do, and then we watch and wait. All right, best of luck. Now, Uchu Kuru on Facebook Vertical. I have a question. I remember at a young age I had pulled the star and something like the Queen of Cups. Is this a bad sign? No, not at all. Not at all. I'm not sure why you would think it would be. I hope you have a good day. I don't know that we need to interpret cards that you pulled a long time ago. But no, it would be a very good sign, And sticking on YouTube Vertical for just one moment, Celie Klein, we have a two-part question. A client of mine has invited me to Vienna in July. I'm wondering if it will come to manifestation. I need to do major dental work, and I'm wanting to add it on to the trip. So, do we think this will happen? I do not. I think it is. I think the trip is likely to happen, but I also think the planning is going to be a nightmare because I feel like the client is going to change over and over and over again. So, Celie, I do not know if you're going to be able to actually schedule that dental work at the same time, because I feel like the schedule is going to be so fluid. So if you can find a dentist to work with that can handle a fluid schedule, then maybe. Otherwise, I think the trip will happen, but I'm not sure you're going to be able to do your dental work. Best of luck. All right. Back over to YouTube. YouTube horizontal, traditional YouTube. We have Nalini Kalu. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for using members only emojis. Will Grampy be okay? I'm going to say no matter what, yes. I mean, the physical form for any of us is only going to last so long, right? In this moment, I do feel like I don't think that we are necessarily at end of life at this time. But I do think we can start to see, maybe we're getting toward the beginning of the end. And so I think we're fine. I think he's fine in this moment. I think he will be fine. I think he'll be fine on the other side too. But I'm not sure that now is that time. I feel like we still have a little more time. Okay. Seely says that was my intuition. Thank you. Spot on. Good luck. Okay. And also on YouTube Vertical, we have DePonte. Good to see you. How will be my finances this month? And then a question for your sister. I'll do both, of course. Okay. How will your finances be this month? Okay. Not the best, not the worst. It's okay. You may be paying off some old debts, so try not to create new debt until the old debt is paid off. That's really the key. And for your sister, when will she be able to find a place for herself? She has been looking for 2 months now. Oh, I think it's coming soon. I'm going to say like within the next week or two, it'll happen. So sooner rather than later. All right, very good. And CB Muzz, you are also, it would seem, on YouTube Vertical today. Yeah, good to see you. Let me take care of you right now. CB Muzz, good to see you. Still looking for answers to my daughter's health. She's hanging in there. We'll be home next week from school. Will healing happen once and for all this summer? I think you may get more information this summer. And I think it's multifactorial. Like, I think one of the issues is there's a lot going on here. So I don't know that we're looking necessarily for one big answer as much as many little ones is really more the way it shows up. But I do think you'll get some answers this summer, yes. And we are all sending healing. All right. Adriana Belange, so good to see you. Okay. As you know, we have been waiting for my boss to be promoted to CEO for several years. He thought it would happen at the beginning of the month, but it did not. All right. Would he get it between now and December? And I think there's more to that question too. Yeah. Or would he just leave for good if he doesn't get it, right? CB Muzz, sending you so much love. Seriously. Okay. So will he get it between now and December? There are people promising it to him, but the people who are promising don't fully have the ability to give it to him. So are they ever going to give it to him? He has people who want to put him in that position. And I think eventually, if he waits long enough, he would probably get put in that position, but there is no guarantee. And he has someone telling him that it's like a for sure thing, but it's not. And I feel like eventually he's going to get really, really, really tired of waiting and may entertain an offer elsewhere. And yes, he might just leave. And I would say if he did leave, he would likely bring you with him. I would say that. So, good luck. I know it's a frustration. Okay, Zainab Syed, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Is Akil still interested in me? What does he really want from me? I mean, I think there is some interest there. There's some level of comfort, there's some interest, but there's nothing good here for you. Like, I really feel like you don't want to keep your attention here. Put your attention elsewhere. Seriously. Okay. And Salim, thank you for liking the stream. All right. Who's up next? It is Jenny. What are Liv's feelings toward me? We met on Tinder. Our fling quickly turned into friendship. We had a falling out. I miss her like crazy. She was becoming my BSF. All right. Got it. Okay. So let's see. I think that she doesn't really know what to do here. Do I think that she misses you? Yes and no. I do think she doesn't have closure. I think she doesn't have understanding. I think there was a lot of energy there and the two of you really enjoyed each other. And that big energy obviously went bad. I do think that you probably could have a conversation that would allow for new understanding and new healing. I think it would more likely stay in friendship rather than romantic. But I think you could make that happen, and should you, should you try to be friends with this person? I think that you can and you could, but there is something about this person or maybe about the combination of the two of you where I feel like it could always become volatile. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying recognize that if you do it, there is always a potential for it to be volatile. There it is. Hey, Yuvraj, Aurora, good to see you. Thanks for being there. Let me know if you have a question. All right, Anna K. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. I want to take my son to Oktoberfest for his 18th birthday. Debating if we should go for 4.5 days or 5.5. I have some hunches, but want to see what the cards have to say. And also, FYI, I was supposed to meet this guy for coffee today, and last Saturday you said, I doubt you'll meet him this week. Lo and behold, he forgot our coffee and went fishing with his son. I'm pissed about it, but having the heads up from you definitely softened the blow. Based on your reading from last week, I'll give him another chance if he grovels a little bit. But let's see. Yeah, I would be pissed at being forgotten too. I get that. But yeah, let's see. If he grovels, you can give him another chance for sure. And at least it was his son, right? So now, regarding your trip with your son, 4.5 days, 5.5 days. I am going it almost doesn't matter. I can make an argument either way. I'm going to say go with whatever feels best for you and or what makes the most sense financially. Right, Anna K, that's what he says, right? Yeah, we'll see, right? But I don't get really a strong preference between one or the other. If I had to choose based on the cards, I would go for the longer stay. I would go for the extra day. But either would be okay. All right. Adrija, good to see you. Thanks for being here. How will my love life in June be? Let's take a look and see. So financially, it's the same. I would say the 5.5 days then, yeah. But if you have a strong pull to the 4.5, there's nothing to say you shouldn't. Okay. Adrija, how will your love life in June be? Definitely there's potential here. Definitely there is real potential for you to find something. Maybe even be like talking to the person or with the person that you're going to end up with in the long run. Like, I think there's a lot of potential here. I don't know if this is someone you've already met or not, but I see potential for good things in June and beyond for your love life, Adrija. All right. Okay, so Jocelyn Coltrane, good to see you over on Instagram. Nice to see you, K-Bonk. Glad you're here. So what we do on Saturdays is a specific question. Shadow Darkest, thanks for the follow. We do a specific question. And so if you have a specific question, put it in and I will do it. Let me know what your question is. Shadow Darkest, so good to see you over on Twitch. And let me know, do you have a question? I'd be happy to answer it. Okay. So now, who is up next? It is Peony. Okay, Peony, here we go. How can I avoid this pattern? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hang on. Let me start from the beginning. Peony, I thought all week about our last reading and the prospect of having a failed marriage like the women in my family, and I'm panicking to say the least. How can I avoid this pattern? I considered therapy and medications already things I'm doing. Is there really any hope? So here's the thing. I think, if I remember correctly, and I don't know, are you here with us right this minute, Peony? Are you here? If you are, let me know. Because if I remember correctly, I don't even think you are married at this time, or even know who you're going to marry at this time. And yet you're worried that you're going to find someone, get married, and it's going to not be a good marriage and end in divorce, having to do with your family history. Now, when we look at that family history, it is the truth, Peony, that you have had really, really bad relationship role modeling around you. Ah, you are here. Excellent. So tell me, what is your current relationship status, Peony? Tell me your current relationship status. That's what I want to know as I answer this question. Go ahead and tell me. And what I'm going to say here is, yes, it would be good for you to learn about healthy relationships and how to have them. What is healthy in a relationship and what is not? What is healthy relationships? What is a healthy relationship? Okay, so you're single and you're turning 28, so Saturn return, good. And marriage worries me, right? Because you're right in that age, especially if you want to have kids, where you're going to be thinking about that and looking for that very appropriately. And the thing is, I think it is very, very true that you have issues based on what you have seen around you and maybe even how you yourself have been treated. But I think that if you just turn your attention, whether it's through therapy, through podcasts and reading blogs or reading books to learn about healthy relationships, I think you can have a healthy relationship. And I also think you need to recognize that divorce is not the worst thing that can happen to a person. And maybe you have seen some very acrimonious divorces. But if you marry a reasonable person and end up having to divorce them, the divorce could be reasonable as well. So I think you're afraid of replaying what's happened in your life. But I think right now you can take the steps to make sure that never happens by educating yourself about healthy relationships. And I think if you do that, you're going to be fine. Seriously. Okay, and hopping on over to Twitch for a minute, Shadow Darkest, thanks for the follow. I want to know, like recently I had a breakup and this girl was everything to me. I changed head to toe and she unexpectedly turned into a whole different person in 3 months. I want to know if she regrets hurting me or will I ever get back with her? Okay. I think if someone unexpectedly turns into a whole different person in 3 months, that was probably the person they already were. Just saying. And you just discovered who they were. That would be my guess. How is she feeling now? I mean, I think that she has a lot of regret in her life because, like, you're not the only person she acts this way. And so I think what's important is that you see her for who she is. Oh, El Lacera, thanks for the follow. I think it's important that you see her for who she is and recognize that when this relationship was good, you found something there that really had meaning for you, but it was not sustainable because she wasn't behaving like her normal self. When she started behaving like her normal self, it obviously wasn't going to work. So I think that's the healing you need so you can then go forward and meet someone, is really what I think you need to do. Hey, El Lacera, let me know if you have a question for today. Okay. Peony, I've seen worse than divorce. My mom was a DV victim. Understood. And that's the thing, man. If you're a heterosexual woman, you date your natural predator. And that's a really hard thing to deal with, right? But again, there's a whole cycle that fed into that. Do the education around how to avoid that. And I think you'll not have to fear that, you know? It's hard. It really is. But there's a whole generational cycle there beyond you, like your mother, her mother, all of that. All right. And El Lacera, let's stick over on Twitch for 1 second. I would like to know if I'll be moving in the coming months. I think there are options and opportunities here. I think it's possible, but I'm looking at these cards, El Lacera, and I'm wondering what's up with your love life. Like, my question looking at these cards is not about where you're living. It's about your love life and who might be living with you. So if you didn't know about that, take that under advisement. Change of residence? Very unclear to me. It's possible. We've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is the card of real estate. So I think it's possible, but I don't know if you really want to, and I don't know if you really have to. And if you don't want to and you don't have to, you know, maybe not. So no one there right now, El Lacera. So yeah, I think you're going to meet someone. So really, El Lacera, your question that you didn't ask the question that you needed to ask. Your question is, should you move back to your home in Florida when your lease is up? That's really the question you wanted to ask. And the answer is, I mean, you could if you wanted to. I'm just not sure why you would want to, is what it comes down to. Yeah. I would say don't do it unless you really want to. That's really the point. I don't think you'd necessarily really want to. All right. Joanne Lieza, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate you. Glad you're here. What can you tell me about caring for mom with dementia? And what is my sister and niece up to? They're trying to contact my mom after stealing her money. And right, it looks like they're trying to get more from her. Absolutely, of course. So, I mean, you kind of know what your sister and niece are up to. Like, you didn't need to ask that question. You already know. So in terms of caring for your mom, my question is there an alternative? Like, is there an alternative for her care? Because this feels like it is beyond, like, I think you're getting to a point where I'm not sure she needs you. I think she needs a staff. So I just wonder if there is a way for there to be more help for you, because this is not what you're trained for, right? This is not your skill set. And when we look at your sister, like, we know exactly what the deal is there. And I would say stay out of it emotionally. You know, you have the blessing of being very different from the rest of the people in your family, and that's a good thing. But remember that, you know, don't try to think they're better than they are, because they're not. And don't be angry about it, because it's been that way for all of your life. There's no need to be angry about it. Just recognize it and make decisions accordingly. Yeah, Ella Sarah, don't do what you don't have to do. Seriously, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Seriously. Tasty One, good to see you. Let me know if you have a question. Karina Morrison, good to see you. We're looking for messages from spirit from either of your parents. Oh, hooray for the unique family member. Yeah, seriously. Okay, Karina. Messages from either of your parents in spirit for Karina Morrison. Thank you so much for being a member. We really appreciate you. From your father, there is a lot here about him wanting you to know that he is helping you to try to find more stability. Try to help you find more stability. That's what he's trying to do for you. So anything you can do to sort of bring him in more. Look at his picture, talk to him. He is trying to help you right now with practical things. All right, and hopping over to Instagram real quick. Oh, Amy, I was just here to listen today. I heard some things that deeply resonated with me. Good. Okay, Jocelyn Coltrane. Will I be okay in the new building next year? This is over on Instagram for Jocelyn Coltrane. Will I be okay in the new building Will I be okay in the new building next year? Yeah. The building changes, but everything else is pretty much the same as far as I can see. Okay. Vanna Not White over on Twitch. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I was wondering if R and I will be able to hang out before he goes back home. I'm going to say likely yes. I think so. And good to see you. Tasty One, good to see you. Is Antonio being truthful with me about how he feels? I mean, I think you have to take what he's saying at face value. Whether or not he's being honest, I'm not sure it matters. Listen to what he says, look at how he acts, see what makes sense to you. Okay. And control room, who am I missing? Okay. Who's that now? Okay. Gotcha. Okay, Tasty 2000, I just did. And Raymond Torres, if you have a question, go right ahead. And Lumen, you're here on Vertical today. Thanks for being here and thanks for being a member. I want to ask about a dream I had 2 nights ago. My ex made an appearance and I'm wondering what it was about. And should I do a cord ceremony? Not just for him, but for all exes. So what was that about? I think that was just you processing the past. I don't think it's about any particular connection. And I don't think that I don't think you need a ceremony. I really don't. I think you were, that's just you processing the past to open up for the future. I think that was the ceremony itself, right? Like the dream was the ceremony. And Gypsy Grounded in Reality, Adrija, I actually did your question on YouTube. So if you didn't hear it, you can come back and grab it. And you should, because it was a good answer. You're going to be happy about it. All right. Gianna. I did. Yes, I did. Oh, and Jocelyn says, great, perfect. Yes, good luck. Okay, Gianna, over on YouTube. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Not sure how to formulate my question, but was wondering where I should put my energy now regarding my deck. The deck, of course, being Craft Felt Tarot by Gianna Lucci. All right. Do I focus on wholesale? Do I try to get the deck into some big stores like Paper Source, Barnes & Noble? Keep focusing on Etsy, all of the above? I don't know. Okay, good question. Let's see. All right. I'm going to say that you want to do the things that are going to monetize it the best. Like you really want to look at how can I best make money with this? And if that's about getting it into, and so let's ask, is trying to get it into the big retailers the thing to do? Or is trying to promote it more on Etsy? For right now, I'm going to say promote it on Etsy primarily right now. I think you will do better with it promoting it and getting other people to promote it, and keeping the indie feel by promoting it on Etsy and maybe getting it into some independent stores. In the long run, should you get it into the big box stores? I think in the long run, it'll make its own way there. Like, I think there has to be a way to do wholesale. There has to be a way to do it. But right now, I think promotion on Etsy is the most important piece in this moment. Good luck. Okay. Smile Soul 20. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. And thanks for being a moderator. My question, a lot of women on social media, there are a few I've been talking with that I was interested in weeding out ones that were time wasters or scam artists. My question is, will I find the woman that I will share my life and love with? And I know you have been patiently looking for a really long time. I know that. And the answer is yes, you will. And you're doing the right thing to look. Keep looking and keep doing what you're doing. The only way this wouldn't work out for you is if he gave up. Don't give up. Do not give up. Christine Hallowell, good to see you. Thanks for being here. You are up next. Second. Okay. Before I do you, I just want to go back to Lumen and some feedback. He was moving into a house next to my home, and I was pretty upset about it, which is, there it is. Like, to me, that makes perfect sense, Lumen, because you didn't want him there. And so in your dream is like, yeah, no, I don't want you. And so I think that's good. I think that's a good sign. I mean, if you feel like you need a ceremony, by all means, it can't hurt. But I feel like you don't need to give it any more energy because the energy is already working. That's what I think. All right. Let me know, seriously. Christine Halliwell, thanks for your patience. Thanks for being a member, and thanks for using members-only emojis. Are the new job opportunities coming my way related to working with children, martial arts, or possibly both? I've been communicating interest in both fields. Okay. Children, martial arts, both. I think definitely children, but maybe both. Maybe both. Lumen, you are very welcome. Great to see you. Mixuir, good to see you, Michelle. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. I would love a more detailed reading about going back to work. Also, will the food bank be able to let me volunteer on Saturdays instead of Wednesdays? I don't think the food bank is going to want to lose you. So yeah, I think you'll be able to stay with the food bank. Oh, Joanne, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Joanne Leeza, go on back. I did it. Yes. Okay. Mixuir. In terms of going back to work, I know it's not what you wanted, but I think you have to have the right headset. You have to have the right mindset about it. And I think it will actually go better than expected. I think that you go back ready to do it. Go back ready for the grounding of it. And go back with the anticipation that it could be okay, that this can be okay. And you do already have a plan that if it's not okay, you have a plan of what to do. But I think it's going to be okay. And I think it's going to be way more okay than it was before you left. And if you can anticipate that and anticipate that it's going to be good, or at least okay, the transition, the entry in is going to be a lot easier. Seriously. Okay. DH, what does the universe want me to know today about next week, about this week, next week, and next month? Okay, DH, thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. We appreciate you. Hey, Christine Nally on Facebook. Good to see you. Let me know if you have a question. Okay, DH. This week, next month. This week is going to be a little overwhelming, so take good care of yourself. Next week is going to feel overwhelming going into it, but you'll have a lot of support. So look for your support, and look for support both from people, but also spiritually. Look for spiritual support. And next month, I think you're going to find a whole new opportunity for learning and growth next month. Okay, and over on Facebook, Christine Nally wants to know, how's my week going to start off? And the answer is, with a lot of options and some familiar faces, dealing with some people that you already know, and being open to using your skills and possibilities, using your skills, your talents, your abilities, but be careful about communication. Be careful about how you handle your communication. Be careful because there could be misunderstandings. So be very clear about what you're hearing and what you're saying. Okay. Candy B, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Should I reapply, and would I be successful this time around? Let's take a look. I don't think there's any reason you shouldn't reapply. And I think that there is a good chance that you would be successful this time. But even if you're not, there's no, like, it's not bad to apply. So I think you should apply. Christine, you are very welcome. Justine, so good to see you. Thanks for being a moderator. I've been spending a lot of time with my new man, Gio. Things have been going really well, but wondering how the cards see the progression and any advice on upcoming future and or potential challenges ahead. We both have a lot to work out individually right now. Sure. Okay. I mean, I feel like you are enjoying each other's company, and that's good. And I think that's fine, but I don't really see this as sustainable. I would say you said a mouthful when you said we both have things we need to work out. That is true. And I'm not sure that you're going to be able to maintain a relationship while still working those things out. But if you can maintain a friendship and help each other, that would be good. And enjoying this in the meanwhile is not a bad thing. But I would argue that you're sort of trauma bonding here and may in some ways be enjoying each other to the point that you are keeping each other from doing what you need to be doing. So just be careful about that. All right. Vaishali, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Can I get guidance for my college life? The same patterns are repeating like last year. The trouble and stuck scenarios are the same again. Please tell me how to face them and with what strategies. I mean, I think they're the same because in a lot of ways, you're the same. You know, like you do the same things and the same things are going to happen. But I think a lot of what happens really does come from what you tell yourself. It comes from your own kind of inner voice. And that causes you to do things, which causes things to either happen or not happen differently from what you would want. So I would say change what you're telling yourself, change how you're processing things, and that should make things better. Seriously. All right. Lisa E., so good to see you. Thanks for being here. I'm considering two options, A or B. What do the cards say? Let's take a look. See what you got here. Do you have to choose one or the other of these? Is there a third option? Like I vote for option 3. If such a thing is possible, I vote for option 3. Like I don't love either of these options for you. So there may be a third option or you may just wait. If you absolutely had to choose between A and B, toss a coin. Maybe B, maybe B. Maybe B is the better one. Okay. Good luck. Imi, good to see you. My friend and I, we live together. I rely on him. He wanted to leave by the end of the month. He's giving me bad energy. Do you think he will leave really and I'll be by myself? I don't want to be alone. Okay. I mean, I see anger there. I think the thing you're seeing as bad energy is probably anger. And so I think it may be best if he does, because being around that anger could be difficult. So if he wants to leave, it may be best to let him do that. Seriously. Okay. Vanilla, good to see you. I am somewhat insecure of my bullies. Am I protected from them? And will they come back into my life? I mean, they may not come back into your life, but other people could come and bully you. I think the thing that you really need to do is get to a place where you recognize that you are strong and you are capable and you have a loving heart and they can't touch you. Like, as soon as you're stronger than they are, they're going to go pick on someone weaker. And that's really what you need to do. That makes you sort of bully-proofed for life. Okay. Asa Neseb, good to see you. I have a job with a new company. Do you think it's a good job for me? Oh my goodness, hang on, card on the floor. 10 of Wands. I think it's a hard job. The boss seems good, but I don't feel good toward her. I think you've got a good point there. I think it's a hard job. If you need a job, you have a job, but you may be looking for a different job because this job looks hard. I agree with you. Simran Saluja, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry for what you're going through, Simran. Is there anything to worry about for the Delhi NCR people with the ongoing tensions with India and Pakistan? I'm scared, to be honest. I understand. I think you're going to be okay. I know it's hard and I know it's scary and there will be some scary things. I think that's true, but I think all will be well. It will be scary, but okay. Okay, and Joanne Ellis, good to see you. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. May I ask, how do I understand my parents' moods and behaviors? I don't get it. It's like they treat me like a stranger, like they don't understand me or my brother. There is no kindness there. I am so sorry that you're dealing with that. That is super, super difficult. What I'm going to say about that? I feel like look at those 3 majors, like that's heavy. I feel like you've figured something out and recognize like what they do and the way they are is what their capability is. They don't have a greater capability. It's not like they could be more kind and loving, but choose not to. This is how they are. And I think this is how they always have been. And the fact that you're seeing it now is your opportunity for healing, to recognize that this has impacted you throughout your entire life, not just now, but as a child as well. And this is your opportunity to find healing from that and be grateful for the fact that despite all of this, you yourself are a kind and loving person. And there that is. All right. Divine timing, good to see you. Thanks for being here. What do I need to hear most concerning my career? It is time to make the best of situations, to wait and to look for opportunities. Whether that is looking for a new opportunity or an opportunity to grow within what you're doing, look for opportunities. JJM, good to see you over on Twitch. Glad you're here. On Saturdays, we do specific questions. Let me know if you've got a question. Lisa E., you are very welcome. Quinn Kilharius, good to see you. Should I start volunteering again? I loved it and made some friends, but it turned sour when my ex cheated on me with one of the girls from the group. Everyone knew but me, so I'm a little wary. I understand of getting into a volunteering group again, but that can happen with any group of people. Like, the nature of the group was not what caused that. So should you? Yes, but don't overcommit yourself. My concern is that you might overcommit. And I feel like if you overcommit, that would be a problem. So commit, but don't overcommit. That's the key. And over on YouTube Vertical, Country Love Homestead, good to see you. I'm doing a little remodeling and I found a ton of hidden damage. Should I go ahead and fix the entire house now or pay the current debts back down and do the rest later? My question is there any way that damage could be a homeowner's claim? Do you have a claim here? I think that's sort of an important thing. And if you do have a claim, then obviously you do that. If you do not have a claim and you must pay for this out of pocket, do you finish the whole house now or pay debts down and do the rest later? I still feel like in the long run, getting the house done as quickly as possible is going to be in your best interest, if at all possible. But see what you can do with homeowners. Seriously. Okay, JJM, good to see you. On Twitch, will I be able to achieve this position I've been looking forward to? The answer is it takes time. You're not there yet. You will get there. You absolutely will get there, but it's going to take a little longer. Okay. Barbie Bird, thanks for being a member for more than a year. I'm struggling to think of a question, but I'm noticing I'm falling back into impulsiveness, especially with online shopping and sugar. Yeah, we all are. That's you and me and everybody else, my friend. What can you tell me about this? And how can I resist? I understand. I understand completely. And I think the question is why? What's it serving? What's it serve? I think they both are taking the place of something else. What you need to do is find another habit that feels as good. Like, for example, when I wake up in the morning, I could eat something with a lot of butter and sugar, which I like to do, or I could go for a swim in the community pool. I should choose the swimming, right? I mean, find something that feels good. With online shopping, is there something else you can do that feels good? Ella Sarah's like, go for the butter, go for the butter. I usually do. I swear to goodness. Find other things that feel good and look forward to them. Like I've been learning runes. We're doing a runes class here on Wednesday, by the way. The link is already up for Weird Wednesday with Eric Arcadian. Please join us. But I'll look forward to doing runes for myself and studying that. That gives me the same hit as finding something great to purchase. So try some of those things. That will help. That will help. And don't be mad at yourself. Don't be mad at yourself. And, you know, it's a balance. It's always a balance. Ella Sarah, it's runes, R-U-N-E, the runic alphabet. It's the Norse Germanic alphabet that is also prophetic as well as phonetic. Yeah, there it is. There it is. The Elder Futhark is what we are learning. Okay, a penny for your thoughts. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year, and thanks for being a moderator. I do have a question. My car is being repaired again, but they keep finding more wrong, and new reasons why I can't pick it up. Oh, I hate this. I don't worry about the bill. Hey, Newbeans, thanks for the follow. Let me know if you have a question. I don't worry about the bill. But what I worry about is if the car has been used for something illegal, like drugs or some other illegal transport. Let's see. The car's history. I do feel like the car, I don't know if it was illegal stuff, but I do feel like the car has been mistreated in the past. Do I think they can fix it and make it be a good car for you? I mean, yeah. Do I think it's going to come back to haunt you because of its involvement in something shady? Probably not. No, probably not. All right. I think it's okay. And V is asking, why does history keep repeating itself? And look at that. Everyone check this out. V asked, why does history keep repeating itself? And we got the 6 of Cups, the card of the past, because you have not changed the energy, because there's a lesson you need to learn, or you need to respond differently, or you need to make different choices. And that will change things. And sometimes it's inevitable. Sometimes it does, because the universe is patterns. So sometimes it's inevitable. But that was cool. Okay. And over on Twitch, Newbeans wants to know, will S and I be together? And the answer is, there's definitely something there. There's definitely a conversation. And there probably could be some sort of a relationship, but do not give this more energy than you should. Maybe for 5 minutes, but I don't think this is going anywhere in a big way. But, there's a conversation there. Oh, and Penny, will you get the car back anytime soon? Oh, I think it's going to take probably another 5 or 6 days, maybe another week. Leslie Jones, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. What is my next boyfriend going to be like? Ideas on where to meet a great partner. I've been single for 2 years now. My goodness. Okay. So first of all, when do we see a new relationship? I think there's something coming good. And I'm not saying it is the next one that you meet, but I am saying I think you're going to meet the one who's not going to be a boyfriend, the one who's going to be a partner. I think that's coming soon. You will still have to choose, but I do think that's coming, and I think it's coming soon. What qualities are you looking for? You need someone who's smart. You need someone who's a grown-up. You need someone who knows how to take care of himself. You need someone who prioritizes you, and you need someone with some emotional intelligence. Where are you likely to meet such a person? Just keep looking. Just keep looking. Look far and wide. Toss your net wide. But yeah, I think it will happen. Keep us posted, please. All right, Medium That Rocks, good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. We appreciate you. Everything is set for the fair tomorrow. I set everything up and it looks great. Questions. Will I have problems carrying and setting up the table? And the weather is supposed to be cold. Should I wear the dress? I understand this so well. I so understand the problem. I so understand the problem. Okay. Will you have problems carrying and setting up? It's not going to be the easiest. Give yourself extra time. If you have a cart, that might help. Quinn Kilharius, Renata, I'm always up for the tarot question. Go for it. I think it will be difficult to set up your table, so give yourself extra time and use extra tools. Should you wear the dress? Absolutely yes, but bring something else to cover yourself with if you need. Like, I have a whole wardrobe now of like warm shawls and wraps and stuff that go over my pretty dresses. That's what you need. Seriously. Hey, going to get worse before it gets better. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Let me know if you've got a question. And Quinn Kilharius, I'm happy to entertain your tarot question. Martha E. Vink, good to see you. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Mom will be going to assisted living for respite for a month or so while she continues her strength to strengthen. Will she be ready to go home after, or will she want to stay? Hard to say. I think there is some potential that she will end up thinking that it's best to stay. And so I think you need to stay really open-minded here. I know this is hard, but stay open-minded. And what I like about her is she's not going to be one of those who wants to come home at any cost. She's really going to think about what's best for everybody. Trey Cameron, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Why did I have a dream about a bunch of crocodiles? Well, because you're going to see them in a while. You will not see them later because those are alligators. Crocodiles you will see in a while. Seriously, why did you have a dream about a bunch of crocodiles? You know the expression, I'm up to my ass in alligators? I think there's something going on there, Trey. I think whether these are people, real responsibilities, things you think you should be doing, things you think you might want to be doing, I think these are all like little dogs nipping at your heel. Like all of these thoughts, all of these ideas. I don't think it's anything dangerous. I don't think it's anything bad. I think it's you processing all of the things that are bothersome. And for you, everything is bothersome. Like, don't take that the wrong way. But like, you're a curmudgeonly young guy, you know, in a way. And I think this is processing the bothersome things so you can get through the bother and on to the good stuff. Oh, Martha, she's worried about my ending up as a caregiver. Yeah, well, she's right to worry about that. And I appreciate that she's worried about that. Okay, going to get worse before it gets better over on Insta. I have a question. I would like to know, am I wasting my time at my job? So legitimately, if you're getting paid, you're not wasting your time because you're trading your time for money. But there's a deeper question here because it's something about growth. It's something about what you're investing in. And when we look at your job and how it's going, you are not happy here. You are not happy here, and it does not seem to be getting better. Will it get better in the future? I do not think it will. So while I really fully do not believe you're wasting your time because a paycheck is never a waste, I think you could invest your time better elsewhere, make more money, and be happier. And it is absolutely 100% in your best interest to be looking for something else. Hey, Jojo G, good to see you over on Instagram. Let me know if you have a question. Okay. Quinn Kilharius, how did you get good qualities for a partner out of the cards that popped up for Leslie? Page of Pentacles reversed. We don't want them to be like that. They need to be a better communicator. The Empress reversed. They can't need a mother. They need to be self-sufficient. Five of Pentacles reversed. They need to be present and see what's going on. Eight of Pentacles reversed. They have to be ambitious. Like they have to be the opposite of all of those cards. That's how I did it. Good eyes, good call. Thank you, Renata. Okay, that's about interpretation in context. Princess, good to see you over on YouTube. I've been dealing with violent urges lately, and that is not common for me. I'm sorry, that's hard. I've been isolating so I don't lash out, but I really feel like punching someone. What's happening to me? Oh my gosh. Honestly, I think it's a couple of things. I do wonder if there's something going on hormonally, like if there's something physical, like you should watch what's going on there. But I also think this is you healing. I feel like over the course of your life, you've been asked to absorb, forgive, and deal with a bunch of things that never should have come your way. And you should have been empowered to say no, and you should have been empowered to walk away. And I think now you're seeing it, and now you're angry, but the anger is coming out randomly rather than about what it is. So I do think it's part of your healing. And during this isolation, it's good to journal or see a therapist to really figure out what the root causes are, because that's you healing, but also look at hormonal stuff, because there could be something physical here as well. Oh my gosh, this is great. Martha, my church is doing a dinner theater tonight. The Ghosts of Old Wallingford. That's fabulous. I have a small part. Please send good vibes. Absolutely. Have so much fun. Okay, Lisa McCord, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Should I go on a short trip during my time off next week or have a staycation? All right, let's see. Trip? Staycation. Oh, we are all about the staycation, but make it good and make it luxurious. Seriously, have a luxurious staycation. Ronald Schaefer, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Is there anything Spirit wants me to know from my growth that I've been experiencing? All right. It's all about connecting to your emotions. It's all about allowing yourself to feel what you feel and learning to be guided by gentle compassion and holding yourself in compassion just as you hold others in compassion. All right. Over on Instagram, Jojo G, will a new career path be beneficial? Depends what the new career path is. Depends what it is. You could go, it could be better or it could be worse depending on what you choose. I think what you need to choose is what makes you really, really happy and speaks to your heart and takes you on the path of healing, if that makes sense. So that was a non-answer. I'm sorry. It could go either way. Okay, Morgana the Great. G is teaching at a school with a fake diploma. G is a bad, bad man, I should say. Should I expose him or should I let it go? It would be a type of revenge for me to do it as well. And you know I'm not a vengeful person. You know that. But sometimes, man, you know, karma's a relaxing thought. Okay. Expose. It will get exposed either way. But Morgana, I think you have every right and reason to expose it because it's not good for the kids. Do it for the kids, Morgana. Do it for the kids. Barbie Bird, 52 days smoke-free. Gonna make it to 90. But yeah, more hobbies for sure. I've lost weight, so I keep buying clothes. Good for you. I mean, seriously, that's a change. That's a shift, and it's a good thing. All right. My friends, it is indeed last call for readings, y'all. I want to thank all of you for being here. We have a couple of great events coming up this week. On Tuesday, for the members only, we are recording the tarot scopes for June. So members, the link is already up. Plan to join us. We're doing it at like a weird time. I think it's like 5 p.m. ET. It takes like 30 minutes, but join us. And then Wednesday, the link is already up. We're doing a class that I'm not teaching. Eric Arcadian will be my guest. Eric Arcadian taught a great class on runes at StaarCon 5. And I've asked him to come and help me as a person. I've been working with tarot for 38 years. and I'm just figuring out the runes. They're a lot different, but it's similar, and I really like him, and he's going to help me. And while he's helping me, it will help you too. So if you have a rune set, bring it along and get ready for that. Baby cakes, I missed you. Oh my gosh, let's go back. There it is. Okay, baby cakes, so sorry. I knew you were here too. Good to see you. Baby cakes, I've been delaying studying. Oh, hang on. Let me go back to the cards. Here we go. Baby cakes, I've been delaying studying for the certificate for a year now. I regret buying it online because it opens the window to avoid studying. Will I be able to get the certificate this year? Will it pay off and be a good career transition for me? I understand. Okay, so baby cakes, here we go. You are absolutely able to do this. You are absolutely able to do this. And yes, you can. And yes, you should. Yes, you can. Yes, you should. Hey, Michelle's Mystic Corner. So good to see you. Thanks for being a member. So baby cakes, there was a second part to your question here, which was, is this a good career transition for you? The best. You really want to do this, baby cakes. Baby cakes, I am bringing all the magic to this. Freaking do it. Do it today. Do not hesitate. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just do this. Just do this, please. Okay. You will start today. Yeah, good. Please. Okay, and Quinn Kilharius, a question for your brother. Will Eduarda become his girlfriend? They're both teenagers and have been messing around ever since October, but she has to slow it down and become friends with benefits. Will she become his girlfriend? I think he should tell her that's what he wants. And is it really what he wants? Like, I don't know if that's really what he wants. I don't know what he wants. I don't know if he knows what he wants. But I think that she would, like, she doesn't just, I think she'd rather be the friend or the girlfriend. So I think they should have a conversation. Okay, did we miss anyone else? It is never my intention to miss anyone, but it does sometimes happen. So it is last call for readings, y'all. Okay, so Wednesday, the link is already up. Eric Arcadian will be on here with me. We'll be talking about the runes. I hope you are there. Yeah, Quinn Kilharius, it is a confusing age. It really is. Smile Soul 20, if you're on Instagram, follow her at Smile Emerald 247. My friends, I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks to the members, thanks to the moderators, thanks to the new followers. I'll be back Monday morning with your 3-card weekly reading. I have openings for readings even tomorrow. There's a link in the description. You can reach out and schedule. Get yourself in for a reading. We can work by Zoom, FaceTime, phone, or in person at my office in Stewart. Reach out and get your private reading. Take really good care. Have a good weekend, everyone. Thanks for being here.